Okay, first just tell me your name and the organisation you're here representing.
Right, my name is Ironside. I'm Program Director with the International Hydropower Association.
Okay, and what is the message that you bring here to the Cancun summit?
IHA, on behalf of its members, would like to see an ambitious target set for emissions reductions, and would like that target to be achieved through the use of low emissions technologies. That is the main mission that we'd like to get across, the main statement we'd like to get across. Allied with that, we'd like to emphasise that only through these technologies working together to form systems are we actually going to be able to achieve that in a reasonable manner.
Okay, but you're specifically dealing with hydropower, are you? Is that your field of expertise?
Yes, we are specifically dealing with hydropower. One of the areas that we focus on is through a program called the REN Alliance, which is an amalgamation of a variety of renewable energies. And through the REN Alliance, we're exploring how renewable energy systems can contribute to reducing greenhouse gases, because any technology by itself is not going to be able to do it. But the IHA itself focuses on hydropower.
And what kind of stage, talking in very general terms, as far as technological advances go, as far as hydropower can be implemented in various countries, what stage have we got to? What percentage of our energy needs could be met by hydropower in global terms?
Hydro currently has capacity of 900 gigawatts. Capacity of 900 gigawatts. There is a substantial upside worldwide on the amount of hydropower that can still be delivered. There's an incredibly large amount of capacity still in Asia, throughout the whole of Asia, in South America, and in Africa. Africa is a case in point where there's been very little hydropower development, despite there being substantial potential. Even in our very developed markets in the EU and the Northern American areas, there's still considerable upside for hydropower development, be it run-of-river storage or pump storage or traditional storage hydro.
So there's room for some of that potential. You mentioned Africa to be exploited, to be developed, to be financed. Is that the situation we're in at the moment?
There's considerable potential in Africa, and hydropower can play a significant role because of some of the benefits that it delivers. But a big problem with Africa is finding the finance, and that needs to be explored for all renewable energies, not just hydropower.
So where do you go from here? What kind of message do you bring to Cancun? Are you trying to find that funding to try to achieve that, to try to make sure that potential is achieved?
Yes, I think there are two aspects that need to be considered. There's the mitigation side of what renewable energy can deliver, and then you have the mechanisms such as the CDM and the CDM's growth and development. But I think that becoming more and more important is the role that adaptation is going to play, and the need to ensure that there's finance in place to ensure that adaptation takes place early enough, quickly enough to actually contribute and make a significant difference.
And you said that hydropower in itself won't be able to meet all the sustainable energy needs. I mean, do you work with those who are developing solar energy, wind energy, etc.?
Yes, through the REN Alliance, we're partnered with the Solar Energy Association, with ISIS. We're partnered with geothermal, with the World Wind Energy Association. So we're working with Bioenergy Association. We're working with all of the renewable energies to consider how we can integrate systems to ensure that we're able to deliver a package that can have a significant difference.
I mean, how far away, so maybe an unfair question, but how far are we away from the world being powered by renewable energies?
I think we probably are quite far away from a totally renewable energy powered world, and we're going to have to realise that there is a role for the traditional thermal energies, at least in the near term, especially those thermal energies that can offer some advantages. For example, gas is above coal would be one example. But the important question is to ensure that when we are introducing renewable energies into the system, we don't create perverse outcomes from doing that. So, for example, taking just a wind farm and putting it into a system creates other issues where you might have to retain a coal-fired plant as backup for that wind. So it's ensuring that you have other renewable energies that can meet the shortfalls of wind, for example, in the system, so that you're not being forced to rely on those thermal energies.
And what is it you hope to see by the end of next week here in Cancun? What's the minimum you would like to see as far as what kind of agreement do you think we should be reaching by the end of next week? Difficult one, and not one I think I can influence. But we'd like to see a fixed target in place and an idea of how we're going to get there from the financing and the role, more clearly defined roles that both the private sector and the renewable energies can play in that. Okay, that's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.